Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Realness with 3 S's. I'm your host here, Chantele Francis, here with my co-host, Tamika Francis. How are you today, Tamika?
I'm coping. The season's over. It's really sad to me, but I know there's a week left technically to the season, but my season is over. But I am coping. I feel like I saw it coming, so I don't feel blindsided, which was helpful. But I'm angry. So and we could talk about some things that I think they need to change, and some things that people were discussing might help with the changes. But this season has been torpedoed at this point.
Agreed. Totally agree. And if this is your first time on Realness, well, then welcome. In the good times and the bad times, we will be here for you to discuss episodes of reality TV. So if you want to join in these conversations with us, please subscribe to the channel. It's very helpful for that YouTube algorithm to just really start building this community. So it is more so a sad day today because, spoiler alert, guys, there's not really much to talk about other than the fact that our girl, Cash, was dumped from the island. Now, before the episode aired, they did say at risk of being dumped from the island. I was looking out for that. And then when the show was playing, it says will be dumped. So to me, that is saying that Cash was not an islander, that the producers were willing to step in and help her stay in the villa. And my reasoning for this is there's been a few rationales floating around. What I, in my heart of hearts, is that the
Chantel.
producers knew that she was the fan. Want another black couple to win the show. I'm frozen. Am I frozen for you?
You were frozen, but we just heard you. Yes,
did you get it all?
We didn't get it all, but the part where you said they did not want another black couple to win is the most important part. We heard that, and that is the case in my opinion. I'm in total agreement that they were willing to sacrifice Cash for their show because they did not want another black couple winning, and that was dumb of them.
I 100% agree, obviously, because it's my opinion. Can you still hear me, though, even though I'm frozen?
Yes, I can still hear you now.
Good. I had stopped. That was my whole thought, because I noticed that I was frozen, and so I was like, I wasn't sure if you would be able to hear me or not. Okay. It seems like I'm back now. Sorry, I don't know why. It doesn't. My internet seems to be fine. It's probably because the injustice that's going on right now, that the internet gods are like, they're trying to hold me back, trying to keep me from sharing the truth here. But I think that if there was another couple in there, like if there was Shannon and Josh were still in the villa, I think that they would have probably saved Cash, because they knew that Shannon and Josh were in a strong enough couple that they would be able to win out over Cash getting in a couple. But the fact that Cash is gone now, her votes are all going to be split now between Trina and Corey, which means that they are not going to be getting the win, and that Will and Kira, who is a more palatable couple of color, we'll say, to win. And that is what I think is going on here. I think that Cash was a product of the producers choosing to forego their ratings and the success of their show because the optics weren't in favor of a white person or people that can white passing winning the show. That's my thought.
I wholeheartedly agree. I know there's a few theories that maybe Cash asked to come out the show. She has a toothache, and so they orchestrated this dumping. But
Not
that
a
is
week before it ends. Not a
no,
week before it ends.
and this is still giving. I think too many people are giving Charlie the benefit of the doubt, um, of him actually liking
He's a
Cash
good
to the
person.
point that he would care. My whole thing is, if you watch the Lay Bear episode, Cash was giving this man her all, and he was giving her nothing back. And she was talking about fairy tales, and he's like, life is not a fairy tale. He was being very disrespectful to her, to what she wanted in a love story, in my opinion. And I think I put a meme out that of Prince Hans from Frozen, and and Charlie, you know, from The Office. It's a corporate wants you to look at these two pictures and find the difference, and it's the same picture. The villain is Charlie. And I know people don't want to believe that, but even his crying last night should have showed you that the man is a villain. He's a
Mhm.
villain.
Hi, CJ. Thanks for joining us. Dana, Nicole, Allie. Oh, so, ooh, you guys talked quite a bit. One sec. Allie, hello. Hi, Earth Angel. Hello, Chantele and Tamika. I'm done with the season. No more Love Island for me. Okay, so this is, I'm of two minds, right? This is how I was feeling last season with Justine and Caleb. I don't know, it's not the exact same opinion, but I'm scared that it will be bad for the show if the ratings go down, because they're going to blame the black people and saying it's their fault for ruining the show, and I don't know if I want that to happen. And I also think that, you know, with all networks trying to appear to be diverse and showing more people of color on their screens, I'm just worried that we'll go back and like not have as many opportunities for these black people. We would 2 years ago, we wouldn't have had the opportunity to meet and fall in love with Cash. So I'm just worried a little bit if we all completely fall off, that the public that supports the diversity, they're too fickle, and they might just choose to not want to appease them in any sort of way. So it does worry me. I'm not saying to do or not to do. That's just like kind of like I'm teetering. Like I get it. We've both even discussed it. Like we're not going to watch the show live anymore, so we're not part of the ratings. But I am worried that if we drop off too much, that they're going to blame the fickle, we'll say, diverse supporting public.
Well, which is why I have been tweeting at them my opinion on where this was going, and I feel like that's what people need to do. Because first of all, they did not bring in any black men except for one who were willing to entertain and get to know black women. That right there would have done the show wonders. And I do think there's going to be people to watch because Trina's still on there, right? So Trina has her own fans. They're not as large, I don't think, as the Cash fans, but some Cash fans have turned around on Trina. I've seen growth in Trina. I told you these past few weeks she's become a better friend, and to me, I think she's learned a lot from the entire situation in the villa. Um, so I don't think everybody's going to drop off, but what the problem is the casting. It was really their fault. They put up three or four people to carry the show: Shannon, Giovanni, and Cash. And when Giovanni left, Cash and Shannon did what they could to get through the show. And now they've, circumstances hit Shannon and Josh, but that left Cash, and Cash has been carrying the show since the beginning. I tweeted at them, they need to pay her. I said, I hope you gave her a bonus, because the girl has been carrying your show for 5 weeks. 5 weeks. And for her not to even be eligible for the money sucks.
Yeah, because they didn't want it. Hi, Brandy. Thank you. It's a sad day that Cash is gone. Absolutely. It's very bad. Very, very bad. Hi, Sam. They could have easily switched the order of the guys recoupling to keep Cash there. Absolutely. If Andre had went first, he would have picked Olivia. And okay, so this is another hot take of mine.
Mm-hmm.
My other hot take is, we've been commenting on how Olivia's using some of Cash's catchphrases and how she was reacting to things and calling people her prince and little her speech patterns and stuff like that. So I'm wondering if Olivia wanted a bit of Cash's sparkle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because she knew that she was in the bottom when she was
Mm-hmm.
just breaking up with Giovanni. She was in the bottom couples, but Cash and Corey made
Mm-hmm.
it through as a friendship couple. So I'm wondering if Olivia wanted to have that guarantee in Corey
Mm-hmm.
that Cash had in Corey beforehand. And
Mm-hmm.
that's why she was just teetering back and forth. So she knew that Corey would choose her. If she was ever standing there, Corey would choose her over Cash or
Yeah.
whatnot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I can definitely see that being a possibility, and that's why yesterday somebody tweeted that people are focusing on the wrong thing. Stop focusing on Charlie. We need to get Olivia and Jeremy and somebody else out of the villa. And I'm just like, no. Why? The producers at this point have chosen who they wanted to stay in the villa. They made it possible because based on prior seasons, the lowest voted couple should have been dumped, which would have been Jeremy. Jeremy should have been gone. All of a sudden, they allowed Olivia to pivot from where she was, and she basically did to Giovanni what Charlie did to Cash. So at the end of the day, they chose that those characters who, in my opinion, bring almost next to nothing to the show over the two people that actually were bringing stuff to the show. So they can keep Jeremy and Olivia, and if they win the money, that's on them. I don't care about that part, but Charlie got to go. Like, I don't see them allowing us to kick off the two white people that are there in order to to you know do what we need to do for the show. So they already chose Olivia and Jeremy to stay, especially now that Shannon and Josh are gone. So they can keep them. I don't care because at this point, I very little care who gets the money because at this point, none of them deserve the money. Maybe Corey a little bit, but I'm not voting for him and Olivia. I voted for Trina and Andre. I'm like, sure he's a scammer, but he's got a daughter to feed. Give his daughter 50K. I don't care. Like, I really, really and truly don't care at this point.
But did you care about Andre?
I think that's what made me not finish crying because I was laughing. I was like, I can't believe he's doing this. And I still voted for him twice after that, but I was like, I can't believe it.
Okay, so hi CJ. So Charlie didn't string Cash long. Really, I thought he did. At least he was a little honest. I don't think he was honest at all. I will really miss Cash. Agree. She looked mentally exhausted to me and probably relieved to be sent home. Well, she's always been asking for answers, right? She just wants people to make a decision and stick to it. And so if he feels what she kept on saying to him, it's like, hey man, you made a decision for yourself. You made a decision for yourself. You just sowed what you want. It's all good. I'm not mad. I'm not upset. She probably would have liked to have heard it beforehand when she's had several conversations with him. And so she could have maybe talked to Corey and been like, hey, Corey, like, will you pick me? And then we'll just get, Andre, who Trina would have probably gone home in that scenario, but they could have organized it so that Olivia could still be wishy-washy back and forth if she wanted to, and Cash would still be in the villa. But I don't think she was relieved to go home. I think she was relieved that he finally made some sort of decision.
Yeah. I don't know how many people here watched the Lay Bear episode,
I didn't watch it.
but
I was like not interested after because it would have been after I heard the news, and I was like,
yeah.
I really want
No,
to see the
it was actually a better episode than the last two episodes. So I mean, there's that. I didn't watch the drop that came out today. There's no reason. I don't care about your game. But if you see it in there, for all the people who keep saying, no, Charlie did all of that because of Cinco. Charlie did all of that because of Cinco. He didn't do all of that because of Cinco. If you watch the show, he was not interested in her. And all she kept trying to do, she chose Charlie before she even talked to Cinco. She actually went to the girls and told them, I want Charlie, before she went to Cinco and before she said it to Charlie. So I I I think people keep trying to make it seem like we know that she was into Cinco more, but I think she really thought that her and Charlie could be something, and he gave her nothing. And instead, from what we know, based on what I saw and what Jenny says, he was flirting with Jenny behind Cash's back the entire time. And
Mhm.
then Jenny gets dumped, and then the minute the new girls come in, he tried with Ellie. Ellie didn't want nothing to do with him really, especially once KC walked through the door. And then he found Alana, and that's it. And nothing against Alana, but based on what we know from his personal type, based on his Instagram account, Alana is his type. So my whole thing is he was never going to stay with Cash. He was never going to give her what he should have given her. And so therefore, did he string her along? Yes, because all he had to do was tell her either no, go to Cinco. I'm not, like, it's early days. I'm not as into you as I said in Casa Amor. Or he could have, been just more upfront with that he wasn't feeling her earlier, because he wasn't feeling her from the minute he stepped into the villa.
No. It's like we talked about it before, but I definitely feel as though he thought that she would have chosen Cinco,
Right.
and then he wouldn't have had to deal with the situation. And so,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh my God, Allie, like those tears. Look what I wrote. I'm like, F off crying, Charlie. I don't know if you can see it.
And the crying, right? So people are like, oh, I think he really was hurt to do that. I think he went. I was like, I mean, I don't have a psychology or a sociology degree. I only have a degree in accounting, but he did that because he knew that people were going to hate him for doing it. Because remember, in the Laid Bear episode, she told him the reason why you stayed is because I'm the fan favorite. And I don't think he wanted to believe it. But when the girls all turned against him in the house, I think that he realized, oh crap, I can't do it this way. I have to do it a different way. And I think he cried because he realized that he knew that he screwed up her game, and he lied to her, and he knew she would know that, and he did not want the heat from the public knowing that, oh, he did this on purpose. He did it on purpose, in my opinion. I know some people don't believe him, but I believe he did it on purpose.
I believe he's garbage in my opinion. Hi,
Yeah.
Woodland. Hello, ladies. I cannot deal with Charlie. He is a snake. I cannot. You will be watching, okay, the rest of the season though, or won't, or will not be. We understand either way. I mean, the reason why I'm watching it is just to have the completion. If
Mhm.
I wasn't doing the recaps, I probably would have dropped off.
Same.
Yeah, Charlie crying made me mad, make me want to smack him. Yes, absolutely, Nicole. I wanted to punch him. Charlie, Jaquan, what is that? What do those mean?
Listen, anybody who's here who does not like Cash and is excited that she's gone, I based on last night's episode and the episode before when she wasn't in it, I don't know what show y'all bugged about, guys. It don't look good. It looked boring. I didn't care. Like, first of all, let's talk about Casey and Ellie. I don't care about them. Nothing about them makes me like, oh my god, they're so cute, so cute, they're great. I love them, and I don't care about them. I didn't care about their date. I don't care that they coupled up. I don't care that they might just have sexual tension. It's not a real. I don't give a damn.
You know what I
I
care the
don't.
most about? I
What?
care the most about KC giving people lineups in the villa. I
Yes,
like that.
that was the only thing. I was like, damn it, we needed him like a week earlier, so Cash could get a nice haircut. But whatever.
Yeah. That's the only thing I like about him. I mean, he's very cute, I find. I'm annoyed that he wasn't interested in a black woman. And same with
Yeah,
Charlie. Like, I hate the fact that he chooses like a white blonde woman. Like, it's just so. I know everybody has their taste or whatever, but like, it just makes it more believable to me that he was never interested in Cash, because that is a very completely different look and vibe and energy than what Cash brings, and he's already giving her more vibes in the villa than he was giving Cash in the villa. And
she's a
so it just
totally different person, body wise, everything. Like she doesn't. Her and Cash have no similarities whatsoever. None. There's no similarities. I mean I could I like nah. Sorry.
Earth Angel says, I said this a week ago, a week or two ago. Love Island USA season 3 producers did not want another African American couple to win. Absolutely, I think I agreed with you at that time. But this
Yeah.
is them putting that into action.
Yep.
Oh, you won't be watching. Okay, exactly. Whew. Please, like, Casey is a nice guy. I mean, I don't dislike Casey, but there's nothing. I don't really care about their relationship. I don't know him very well. They brought him in a week before, and then my favorite person is getting kicked off the show. Like, it's just
Yeah.
it doesn't work.
It's not about Casey as a person, right? I don't know him as a person.
Oh,
When
they
I'm
should have brought
talking,
him in way long ago.
right, when I'm talking about for the show, like the show itself, like the show as in its totality, bringing in a guy like Casey when you have a Cash and a Trina who are both iffy in their relationships that they have or they're single, and then you brought in three new girls and he chooses a new girl, like there's no point in that. And I said to Chantele, I cared more about Lakin and Bennett from last season than Casey and Ellie this season. That's what I'm talking about. Just the way they were introduced into the show makes no sense. You're a week into the show, because even wasn't Bennett like coupled up with like Kirsten? Bennett was coupled up with Kirsten. Lakin came in at the end, so then she had to couple up with somebody, and what you call it didn't choose her, Carrington. So that's what I'm saying. At least Bennett was coupled up with an OG. We got to know him a little bit. So then when you're going into the episodes, like we found out that Lakin had a brother with a disability, like we found out all these information. So going into that next week when we are doing parent dates, baby dates, like I cared because I'm like, oh, what could they be outside the villa? Right now, I don't know Casey enough to care. So we're a week away from the money. I don't care. Like, so it's not about Casey himself. He might be the greatest guy, the best boyfriend, but his introduction to the show sucks. Doesn't help him.
Mm-mm. Thank you, Earth Angel. You'll continue to watch our lives, but you're not watching Love Island. I understand. Totally understand. Casey likes both black and non-black girls. True, but I don't know what her background. I can't remember what her background is. What was she? Oh, she's half Indian or like Southeast Asian
And
and
mixed, I think. And I
like
think her mother's mixed or something like that.
yeah, he made Cash the come up woman. Yeah. So mad. Hi Claire. Sorry, hi. She didn't say what the name was. Okay, Charlie was literally like this every episode. Someone explained to me what he brought to the table again. Exactly.
I need to know because I ain't seen it. I have not seen it.
Okay, hold on. Jaquan says, I'm watching tomorrow's episode, then I'm done. There's no reason for me to watch. Josh and Shannon left, which was the only real couple. Love Island UK, I'm going to watch for Liam and Millie. How far are you in on Love Island UK? Hi, Whitney. Y'all noticed that for this to be the most diverse season, most of the people sent home have been people of color, excluding Casa folks.
Yeah. That's what we're saying. I think that in order to protect the integrity of their show, meaning their show's audience, meaning middle
They
America,
wanted to
white
have
people.
somebody for their white audience to vote for.
Yes, yes, yes. It could not just be Shannon and Josh sitting on the show with a bunch of Black and Asian and Hispanic, Latin people. It just couldn't for them. It's on CBS. So.
Okay, Charlie only started crying after he saw the reaction of the other Islanders. He knows that America is pissed with them, as they should. Pissed. The parent dates are going to be weird because these people just met.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like
the lie detector.
Like, don't bother. Like,
I hope. Well, they didn't do the lie detector last year, but like I would hope they do it this year. And I hope Alana asks, like, "Did you ever like Cash?" And he's like, "Yes." And it's like,
yeah, like don't bother. Like, I don't think so. I read online that they're not going to do the tweet challenge anymore because of their Be Kind campaign, which I think is BS. Like you could pick tweets to show, like, truthful tweets, like, and it would still not harm a person's mental space. I don't know. I thought that was dumb.
Well,
I hope that's not
think so. Then they're it's the wrong show. They're too sensitive here in the North America to be able to take on a UK show. It's not. It doesn't work. Like if it's the whole Be Kind thing, it is like what kicked off a lot of the drama in the UK is that postcard that got sent.
Right.
Like, you needed that postcard in there, and they're probably their Be Kind thing, like, oh, well, I don't know if I want like her to get upset. It's like, well, she's gonna get upset after the fact.
Right. So this was another thing put out, and I can't remember where I saw it, but somebody said, and I want to know your opinion on it. What if they took Love Island off of CBS and gave it to MTV?
Oh, it'd probably be a better show.
I think so too. When somebody said that, they think that it would be like an infinitely better show, and I'm like, I actually think that would be an amazing idea.
Well, for the type of TV that it is, it's along the lines of like X on the Beach and stuff like that. That's a little bit more drama and like, messiness. Like X on the Beach, they're showing clips of their partners making out with people, stuff that we'd expect on Love Island, and they're bringing in their exes to come and pop off at them. Like that's the type of drama that usually happens in Love Island, that it seems like CBS is trying to avoid. So you know what? That is like a golden idea.
Yeah, I think so too.
It was that Audrey Sloan clapping moment that Charlie knew he fucked up. Yep.
Yeah, because everybody else didn't even react.
Hi, sweet. Hi, T.I. So I'm watching the next episode just to see if Trina and Olivia drag Charlie. Did you realize I wrote that too? I'm like, I'm done being nice. This was Trina. And then I'm like, drag him, Trina. Drag him. Because she knows what Cash has gone through in this villa, and she knows how much Cash was feeling something for Cinco, and she knows that she was bigging up Charlie, and she's like, no, Charlie's a good man, like he's a prince, like he treats me so well. And then he didn't treat her well in the villa. She treated her well beforehand, but as soon as they got to the villa, didn't treat her well anymore. And she was just trying so hard to get back to where they were in the Casa Amor. And I think that Trina's guilt for how she interfered and messed up Cash's relationship with Cinco, I think she's going to drag him. I think she's feel guilty because, like, it is all her fault, really.
Yeah, I think we're going to see. And it wasn't Anna's fault when Yewande left, but and Amber. But I think we're going to see that kind of proportion of dragging. Like, you because remember, she told Alana that, and especially if she sees Alana and them kissing, like what happened with Anna and them, like, you lied to her, because she said that to Alana. She's like, we have not seen him do any of this stuff that he was doing in Casa Amor with her since she got here.
Mm-hmm. Hi, Vera. See the look on Charlie and Elena's face when they have to leave. I voted for Trina and Andre because I
Me too.
don't care anymore. I hear you.
Same.
I didn't vote for anybody because I didn't watch live.
Yeah, I voted for Trina and Andre for the same reason, because I don't care. I don't care that they're not a couple. Trina's black; she can win the money, and Andre has a kid, and him and his wife can go use the rest of the money. I don't care. I don't care.
I mean, it's fair. Kira and Will are going to end up winning this game, though.
Yeah, I think that's probably what's gonna happen. Or Olivia and Corey. I don't see it for either couple, so that's why I said I don't care for the rest of the season. But good luck to them. At the end of the day, I think the winner is gonna be Cash on the outside of the villa. Olivia didn't bring anything to the show. I don't see her being the Selly to Justine, to Cash's
No, I
Justine.
think that Stelly's going to be it's going to be Cash's new friend.
That's just yeah, Sally. It's gonna be a threesome. And actually, I think Leanne might be the Sally to her.
Maybe.
Um, and to let's see who else. Corey's boring. Will and Kara. Nobody likes them because they're scammers. I don't see them being able to, um, unless they stay together for a very long time. You understand what I'm saying? Like, if they stay together for like a year, maybe they can.
But like you'll know that he's been cheating on her the whole time and her just
Right.
forgiving him.
Nobody's gonna. I don't see anybody being like, oh my God, Will and Kira. But they did it with Sully and Johnny. They were like, oh, they're so cute on the outside of the villa, it might work. And I was sitting there side eyeing him the entire time. So I'm going to end up doing the same thing to Will. So I doubt I'll invest in their relationship.
I would say yes, Sweet Tooth, because I personally think that Charlie went in there and stole money from Cash and gave it to Will and Kira. I think that that's what ended up happening here, and I'm not really happy about it because I think that I don't think that she deserved to go out the way she did. I think the
Yeah.
producers pushed her out that way. We've already spoken about it. They could have changed that order. If they changed the order, Corey would have ended up picking Cash, and she would have stayed. And because Corey went first, he picked Olivia, and it just totally upset the apple cart. And I'm not really happy about that at all. So Netha wants to know why Andre was slow clapping. So I think he was slow clapping because he thought it was like, oh, we love you, like just like like congrats, like we I'm sorry that you're going home, but he's just like didn't realize like congratulations to all of us for staying and we love you. I don't know, like I just wasn't sure why he didn't get the memo, but bad timing. Okay, Cash seemed relieved to go home and checked this episode. She said she wasn't fighting for Charlie or begging for him to keep her. I felt a self-elimination or something coming at least 3 episodes ago. I don't think she's self-eliminated because I think she wanted that money. I think that she didn't want to fight anymore for a man that didn't want her. Mm-hmm. She fought for she just wanted Cinco just to say like, hey, I choose you when it mattered. Like he chose her, said I choose you when he's going out the door. It was always you, Cash. Like, no, you didn't know that it was always you because you didn't say you didn't want to get in the way of her and Charlie. Well, okay, that's not. She's laid it down on the table for him many times, and he was like, he didn't say anything because he was worried about hurting Trina or whatever it was. So right. I think she was self-eliminating. I think that she didn't want to put up a fight for Charlie when Charlie didn't want her anymore, and there was nobody else really there that she could entertain. So she just was like, what can I do? Nobody else here wants me. And right. The guy that I put all my eggs in their basket is not telling me how he feels about me.
Right. So what do you think about Trina's words to Cash when she left?
What'd you say?
She said for her, she's like, I know, I went through everything that I went through with him, but go and get Cinco.
I don't know if she's gonna like what Cinco's had to say about their relationship outside of the villa. So I'm
I
not
don't know. Love Island USA was teasing something, him watching her leaving, um, and then that to watch their stories because something's gonna happen. Them, I'm not even. I'm like Cinco's home, so whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen like video or phone or whatever. But Giovanni did say that he spoke to Cinco, and he said, "Cash, come get your man." So that was last night. Also, Giovanni is mad. Giovanni is pissed. He's like he's mad at the show, and he's mad at Charlie. So we'll see what happens. I think with Giovanni being friend to both of them, he's gonna probably try to facilitate something. Whether it's going to be a long term thing is my. I'm not investing that's what's gonna happen. That's the only thing. But I want if they do get together, I'd love to see it.
sure get together, but it's just like the timing's really annoying to me.
Yeah.
Yes, Jaquan, Hurricane Faye is in our television screens. Absolutely. Hi, Charlene. Okay, so the Paramount episode is not worth watching. All the couples look awkward,
Yeah.
but
That's
will.
probably the drop from today. Yeah, when they said it was a game, I'm like, first of all, why are you dropping shit on Saturday? Um I don't care. Like, and your show is over tonight anyway.
Yes, it would be amazing on MTV. It's such a good idea. Are You the One and X on the Beach? Completely different drama. This is than this, so I think it would work. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think it would be less of a game if they could do it for longer. So because you don't have that timetable, because I feel like because it's on CBS, they can only stay there for a certain amount of time. But whereas cable, if they wanted to do 2 months, they could do 2 months. You know what I mean? So I think not having that time constraint and having and I think MTV would just cast it better. They're just used to casting. I think
Well,
they would
and
cast it better.
they're a joined company now, right? So CBS
Yeah,
and Viacom are one, and so maybe they can get some influence from MTV, who definitely are better with casting more diverse people
right.
and people that bring drama. They're definitely better at it. They could do
Yeah,
it longer. Like CBS is not really in the game of casting this type of show.
that's what I'm saying.
Okay, Nicole, I want Charlie to have a Danny moment when he chooses Arabella over Yuande. What they got? Did they get dumped right after? I hope that's what
No,
it was.
no, no. So he chose Arabella and then started kissing her like the moment that that Yawande walked out the door, and Amber and Anna went and ripped him a whole new one, and then there was a dumping the next day, and she went home. So, my opinion, they're both going home. I don't because for what did I say? There's 6 couples left, right? There's about 6 couples left. Am I wrong?
I don't know.
Trina and Kent
Fine.
William Kara, um, Olivia and
Six. Yes.
Corey, Jeremy, Ali. So yeah, so it's 6 couples. They need to dump at least 2, right? Because then there's usually 4 that goes into the last week, and then there's 3 that goes to the finale. Am I wrong?
I think so. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, I think that's right. I think so. Yeah, I mean, they're not going to the the finale. I think that the people will be dumped will be Charlie and her,
Alana.
and Ellie and Casey probably.
That's what I think too.
Okay, the sisterhood that Group of Two and Cache and Trina is so sweet. They represented with their
Oh,
outfits.
it was so pretty. Those 2 dresses.
Yeah, with them wearing the African dresses, I did feel that she must have known that she was leaving. It was going to be either her or Trina that were.
Trina. Yeah, I think they pretty much had figured out it was either going to be her or Trina, and they dressed matching so that they could stand there together holding each other's hands. And um I don't think they realized what was that they how the order was going to end up being, but they looked beautiful with the matching earrings to the dress. Ah, they looked gorgeous. And you know, like I said, I saw it coming. I think they saw it coming. I don't think that part was a blind side at that point. But yeah.
Trina better drag him, I know, but I feel like they'll chicken out. I just want some drama, please. I want him to be
She's
dragged.
the only one that we can see doing it though. Like Olivia ain't gonna do that shit. Corey ain't gonna do it. The boys are not gonna do it. Um, who else is left in the villa? Kira
Kira.
certainly ain't doing it. And Shannon is gone. Shannon would have done it, but she ain't there. So the only person I could see even remotely bringing that up to do it is Trina.
Olivia and Corey have had too many chances. These producers really don't care about us. They don't care about not me or Tamika. They might.
I've been tweeting at them for the last 2 weeks, telling them not to let this happen. They don't care about me.
I hope Cash does not go on after the island because those girls never had anything good to say about Cash. Really?
Yeah, I no, they haven't. They I don't like them. Well, it was mostly Elizabeth, but
What is she saying about Cash?
it's just like you could just tell she's a hater. But you know, Cash is gonna come on the show and she's gonna be all sweet as pie. I think they get the exclusive first interview though. So unfortunately, I can't promise you guys that she's not gonna come on the show. Um, but I hope because Isaiah didn't go on Justine and Sally's show. Cinco's interview should be coming out this Wednesday. Um, and I don't think they did any of the Casa boys or girls. So
Should we
I'm
reach out
sure
to Kat and see if she'll
huh?
come here?
To ask Cash.
Should we reach out?
We can.
We should. We should.
Wait. I have her IG on notifications to see when she comes back in. But we could, if you want to send her. I don't think she has a email in her bio. Let me see.
I mean, maybe we can get an
Oh,
exclusive.
she does. She has an email in her bio. If you want to email her. Yep.
Maybe.
Let's try it. I would love to talk to her.
Hi, Ariana. Okay, so we lost this one, girls. Looks like Will and Kira are getting the bag. Yep.
Yeah. I don't want to watch it. I don't
But
want to watch
Cash,
them.
being the great person she is, probably will. Yeah, she's going on the show. She's not going to say no. She's very kind, and she's
Yeah.
going to make excuses for everybody and allow them to have been. She will definitely be like, no, Charlie made his decision. Like, I respect him for that. I'm not going to be upset with him for it. She's going to say that.
They said crazy shit about Justine too when Justine was on the show, uh, and and then of course as soon as Justine came out, they were smiling in her face and going out to dinner with her. And Justine hasn't said anything, but Justine and Alex have become really close friends as well. Like when Justine moved to LA, Alex like drove her around and took her places and helped her shop for her apartment. And, so there's that. That's what I'm saying. I don't mind Alex. And most of the time,
like Alex, I've never liked. Isn't
yeah.
she? Isn't Elizabeth one of yours? Isn't she a Taurus?
Is she? Oh fuck.
I think so. Double check.
No!
Did anyone cry when Kashi was leaving? I cried.
Okay.
I think I saw Trina did. Probably. I think I saw Trina just like, she's one of those. I agree, Vera. They are poor presenters. Yeah, I haven't watched any of their stuff except for I watched a little bit of when what's her name was on it, Mackenzie, but it was just in the background. Hi, Tasha. Season ended for me. First time. Yep, it's ended for a lot of us. Did the producers dislike Cash that much that they changed the order of choosing? The new people have always been choosing first. So why Corey before Andre when Casey got to choose first? Because they didn't want Cash to stay. They didn't want her to win with Corey because that's what would have happened. Exactly. Why didn't the new person go first? Complete bullshit over the season now. Absolutely. I agree with you. The order seemed kind of off. Once I seen Corey go, I realized Cash was going home because Andre only focused on Olivia. Absolutely.
Yep.
Just watch the producers save Charlie and Jeremy in the net. Charlie, though, they can't want to save Charlie. He's too disgusting. Like, he's just like, I mean, I know I'm going overboard because I'm not sold with him.
I do
I never
not
liked him.
see.
Even beforehand, when like my friend was like, "Oh my god, he's so hot," I was like, "I don't find that look good at all." Like, it's just like he kind of grossed me out.
Yeah, no, I can't see. It would be the girls more than likely choosing, right? At least. And I don't see them choosing Charlie.
Mm-mm.
No. And I don't see the boys choosing Charlie. Jeremy seems, from what everybody's gathering, Jeremy doesn't seem to really care for him. And I can't see Corey trying to save him for what?
Mm-mm. Alana, no, like
She's a Virgo, thank God.
the only thing that they that any shows on MTV that play every day. Wait,
The only thing is, are there any shows on MTV? I don't know. I don't watch MTV
but
much
they
anymore.
have like ridiculousness on all day, every day. A lot of it is repeats, so they have room for programming.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying there's no time constraint of how long that they would have to film or that kind of stuff, unless it's just the budget, the money budget. But
The show would be better on MTV or Netflix. I think that Paradise Hotel was okay show. When I first watched Love Island, I was nervous it was going to get canceled after season one. Season one was terrible.
yeah, see, but I like the original Paradise Hotel when it was on Fox, like a long time ago.
Tony
That,
with Yahtzee. I just remember
yeah,
that one. Yes.
yeah, that was my show. I was in college at the time, and like that was the show. And then they brought it back, and I was like, this ain't the same. Temptation Island, they've done a good job with though. Like it's as good as the old one, although this past season wasn't as good as any of the other seasons.
Kendall
But
was garbage.
yeah.
It's like, why did you bring a man like Kendall on to represent people?
I'm not saying it wasn't Cash's time. I'm not saying I'm mad. I'm saying that I'm sad. Now am I mad at Charlie? Yes. That has nothing, like, you can't say.
And if it's her time, though, why did the producers choose that order?
Right.
Because what we're also saying is that the producers wanted for her to
To
go.
go. Right.
The producers decided it was her time
Right.
because she would have stayed if the order had been different.
Right.
And that is what we're also annoyed with, is that it's contrived.
Yeah. So I'm not bad. I'm actually happy for Cash. Cash just went up to over 100,000. I think she was at almost like 120,000 when I looked last night. She's at 145,000 followers on IG. She's going to come out and she's going to have so many offers. People have been tweeting at her all night. The entire Love Island IG page is telling them that their show is canceled and over because Cash left. Like, Cash is going to be fine. I can't watch the show because based on these prior two episodes, like I was waffling on whether or not I was going to watch the show, and then Cash disappeared halfway through one episode and didn't appear until halfway through another, and the show was boring. The people on it were boring. Their personalities are not. We're not giving anything into the show to carry the show. So the people that are left are not going to be able to carry the show enough for my interest.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, I agree, JJ. Thanks for joining us. They did both look gorgeous. Absolutely. Okay, didn't we have 4 in the final last season?
Yeah, but I think we only had 3 the season before. I just think it's how it ended up. Because it was only Elizabeth, Alex, and Caro, right? The season before. I don't think there was anybody else in that finale. I don't think so.
So yeah, exactly, Ti. MTV plays ridiculousness almost 24/7. The only show other than the reality shows is The Challenge once or twice when it's new. Yeah, there's The Challenge. I guess there's like Floribama Shore and there's like The Hills.
Catfish.
Catfish. and like my life, like as and stuff. But they have room for
And
it. I think they
yeah,
have an hour a
and
day.
the Teen Moms. That's it.
Mom, let's sneeze. Did y'all wait? Did y'all see the dude clapping? He was the only one clapping. I was like, yeah, he was just didn't know what was going on. It wasn't the move. No, it was three: Justine and Caleb, Johnny and Sally, and Moira and Moira and Calvin.
Yeah,
What?
I think it's only. Oh, maybe it was four.
Oh, that's
Okay,
right.
so
Fourth with
okay,
Coral. But they weren't in the final. I feel like they got eliminated like immediately or something.
yeah. So no, because they had to have.
My sister went to college with Elizabeth from After the Island and said that she was rude in real life. I can see that.
Yeah, no, that's who we're talking about. She's nasty. I can't stand her. Yes, it was four because remember, all four of them, all four couples came out of the villa, and it was Laurel's birthday, I think, and they went and celebrated her birthday when they came in.
After.
Yeah, and it looks like from what I'm reading, it was also four. I somehow forgot Weston and Emily were in the final four. I didn't realize it.
So they posted on their IGs asking for questions for cash.
Yes,
And
and I put in, how does it feel to have carried an entire show all
not get 1 cent for it.
and
Oh,
that's
give me a super chat. Thank you. Thank you. On it's coming. I have to find it. Aw, thank you, Tony. Super. I'm gonna sing my song. Super chat. Super chat. We got a super chat. Super chat. Super chat. Thank you, Tony. Do you have anything that you want to share with us right now? You have the floor. Much appreciated. Honestly, like any super chats that are happening from for right now, I'm putting it towards my new computer fund because since I've been podcasting, like I use so much energy at the computer that it's just like really deteriorating quite quickly. So I would love to put that money towards a new computer and like just new podcasting setup. So I'd probably get a new mic, I'd probably get a new desk and like just like a whole new like little setup so I can come to you live more often with some newer equipment. So thank you so much for contributing to that, Tony. Very much appreciated. I'm totally agree, Mayra. They always ask the exact same questions, and well, they're just kind of boring. Like, just don't do. They just don't got it. Not in my opinion.
not at all.
I was surprised Corey picked Olivia. No, then I think
Yeah,
might have been sneaky there, but
I don't. I think that they're a real couple. No.
they're really pushing the motive is not Friendship Island, but the
Right,
couple.
which is also a reason why I think they didn't allow Cash to couple up with Corey because it would have been another friendship couple.
And they
But yeah, so it is what it is.
I feel if Charlie wouldn't have said that he was all in for one person, he would have been perceived better. Absolutely.
Yes, that's the point. That's the point we're trying to make. The point that we're trying to make is he said he came in for cash and he only wanted to be a cash. He was investing in cash, and no matter what was going on with her and Cinco, it was between her and that he could see that it was just he was going to be the better man. That is the problem. It's just like the same thing that I don't have a problem with Trina and what she did, except for that she went behind Cash's back and tried to kiss Cinco and did stuff with Cinco. That's it. Otherwise, the game is the game, and that's the point of the game. Is to go and explore everybody. It's to go. If he wanted to go with Alana, all he had to say was that. But that's not what he told Cash. He portrayed himself as a prince and her knight in shining armor to come and save her from the big bad Cinco, and it was a lie.
Yeah, because you just drop her on the dime, just like that. Okay, so that doesn't sound right. If they change the order, I hope she wanted to leave, and this was their way of doing it without her saying, "I'm out." I don't think
the only thing we have a theory is that remember she has a toothache and she also has not been on her IG yet, so it's possible because this would have taken place like Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the only thing I can think of is that if she did have a toothache, they did this for more of a dramatic effect for her to go out. Doesn't help Charlie, but like I don't know. But It is what it is. If that's the case and she wanted to go because she wasn't feeling well, again, none of this is really about necessarily Cash as much as, because like I said, Cash is going to be okay. Like, it's about the show that they screwed up their entire show that nobody was to watch for the rest of the season.
Mm-hmm. Definitely, definitely. So, yes, that's kind of what we're saying here, Giselle. Thanks for joining us. She hasn't been saying anything on Instagram, so I'm wondering if the producers have asked her not to say anything yet, because like she's probably getting bombarded with a lot of people being like, the producers are assholes, are you angry? So they're probably just trying to wait for the people to cool down a little bit, and she's probably just not allowed to say anything. That's my guess.
Yeah, and they also probably have to do her, because they asked us for questions last night. They probably also have to do her outro, her, like, her post interview. Yeah, her exit interview. Because I don't think they even did it for everybody, but they did do it for some people. So she's like, they did it for Cinco, they did it for Giovanni and Florida. So like the main people, not like the Casa Amor people, they didn't get no exit interviews. But so they're gonna do a thorough interview with her, and
she
then
probably can't like relay anything until she gets that
right.
footage.
And to be fair, guys, even if that was the case, if it was like an entire setup where she really wasn't feeling well, but they decided to do this to exit her, like they didn't want another Josh and Shannon and Slade situation where she got pulled out of the villa for an emergency, and they wanted to do this for more dramatic effect to finalize their season. She's not going to be able to tell us that that's what happened, right? Because that's editing.
So Tony says, I'm watching the app to vote Charlie off. He was shady from the start. Yes,
I
Tony,
agree.
we're totally with you. Like, I'm going to make sure I'm doing all the voting. I won't be watching live, but I will be voting to make sure that people know how we feel out here. Love on USA has always been overproduced, in my opinion. Yeah, I agree with that, 100%.
Yeah.
In Laid Bear, did you see Charlie holding hands with Jenny walking to a private chat while Cash was calling the girls over? No, I didn't watch the Laid Bear because I found out this information about Cash before I saw the Laid Bear episode, and so I was like, I just didn't even feel like watching it.
Yeah, I saw it, and like I said, he had no intention of. He came in. He had no intention of staying with Cash. He had a game plan, and it wasn't going to be to stay with Cash.
Cinco is legit going to hit 100 grand today because of all the followers are hoping him and Cash get together.
Yeah, he's at 97 right now. 98. Shit.
CBS isn't good for this type of reality show. No, yeah. They don't got it down. Thank God we have the challenge to look forward to. Yes, I don't know if you guys saw it, but we did a quick cast assessment, but we did our draft picks yesterday evening. So you guys want to take a look at that video to see what myself, Fanta, and Michelle, who we drafted onto our teams and why. You can decide whose team that you like better. So my team is Team Baddies. Michelle's team is Bettina and Friends. And Fanta's team is Skull Crushers. So let me know if you guys, whose team you like the best. Just watching and enjoying. Thank you so much, Tony. Honestly, we appreciate all your support. You leave a lot of comments and you know liking things, and so I'm really appreciative. And obviously, everybody in the chat very appreciative of your support here with the channel because you guys make it fun to show up every day, even though we're so mad at the season. And if you guys weren't here, I would not be talking about this season anymore. I would have been like done.
Yeah. So apparently,
like later.
Apparently, the Love Island USA IG page actually deleted the video of Cinco. Something's going on because Cash has not come on. They said that they were gonna give us a surprise, and then supposedly, what somebody said, they deleted that video of him watching her coming out of the villa.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Kim Burrito. So back to just watching Big Brother. Yep, just back to that. And if you start watching the challenge should be a decent season this season. How do you give a super chat? It should be. Are you coming from? You're on YouTube. At the bottom, it says, I think it says either like there's like a sticker or there's probably like I think it's a dollar sign. So you can either send a super sticker, or you can send a comment with where the dollar sign is. I think that's how. I can't think off the top of my head because it doesn't show me on this, but it's at the bottom of like the chat portion. CBS is good for sports. Yeah, CBS is maybe better for its scripted shows. I hope you ladies can get her for a live, because I'm sure we would love to show her some love. You know what? I mean, we might as well put it out there before she's too popular and has too many engagements. Like maybe we can get her to come on over.
Mm-hmm.
It's him saying that he was infatuated with Alana. How do you say you are all in and say that about another girl?
Easy.
The button with the dollar icon at the bottom. Wait, sorry, Dave, are you joking?
Sorry! We're supposed to say spoiler alert. Shit.
He must be joking. Oh, wait. Yeah, you're not. David, Cash has left the building. Trina is coupled up with Andre. Somebody from Big Brother this year mentioned the producers were offering therapy after the show. I wonder if it applies for Love Island too. And I did hear this about Love Island this season in the beginning. Yeah. I heard that was a thing.
So maybe that's what's happening with Cash then.
Pardon me?
Maybe that's what's happening with Cash.
Yeah, like a good debriefing, because she has a lot of love, but she also has a lot of people on the other end of that coin. So maybe they're helping her work her way through it, because there's going to be a lot of people, like when she gets on social media, that are going to have questions for her that maybe not fans like we are of her. So yeah, Trina is still there with Andre.
I'm so sorry for you, man.
You want to see my team? Yes. So just go do the it should be the most recent upload before these two Love Island ones. I will post our teams. I just didn't have a photo of Ashley. It didn't show up when I was doing. Oh, actually, I can show you my team.
Wait, when does the challenge come on?
Starts on Wednesday. Hold on. If you really want to see my team, hold on.
Maybe I'll switch to the challenge instead of watching Married at First Sight and Love Island. I don't know.
Hold on. Here. Okay. It was messing up though before, but I think I can still show you what my team looks like. So yeah. Okay, hold on. Let's just get this back. Whoops. Here. I ended up getting Lauren in the end. I know it's like a travesty. Okay, so these are. So my team, I ended up going with Fessy on my team. Team Messy with Fessy. So Fessy, Logan, Berna, Emmanuel, Nani, Nelson, Tasha, Corey, Priscilla, and Lauren is my team. I also have Ashley, Millionaire Ashley is also on my team, but I couldn't fit her. It wouldn't upload her photo. And so then those are the other two teams.
But at least you got Priscilla.
Exactly. I think Priscilla's going to be good. I think that like a lot of the new people, they are sleeping on them. I think that they think that the OGs are going to do better, and I think that they're sleeping. Mm-hmm. All right, so there is well, if you're going to watch the challenge, my advice is to go back to season 11 and watch them all the way up. That's what I would do to do my history, just so you can fall in love with the show as much as I do. But if not, I think that there's enough reality stars that you might already know that will make it okay for you to watch this season. But if you really want to understand why I love the challenge, I would start at season 11. Aw, thanks, Shads. So you probably heard now, but it's the dollar sign at the bottom of the chat. Speaking of the challenge, Chantele, did you see any from this season but being on there? I mean, maybe Cash, right? Like, just because she's so popular. I would like to see Cash on there. Maybe Cash and Cinco. Maybe they'll do
Cash, I can see Cash and Cinco doing it. They're both athletic, great personalities.
Shannon even maybe. And Josh.
Shannon and Josh would be good, both of them. Giovanni, I think, would be better on Big Brother. he said that somebody said to him, I think his brother or sister or something said to him he should go on Big Brother. I actually think his personality would do well on Big Brother. And he's the type of person who would annoy people enough.
I don't think he would be able to play the game well enough. I think he'd get
No.
voted out quite quickly, to be honest. But I think you'd have a better chance of the challenge just because he might be able to hide for a little bit longer.
But I don't know if he's as athletic.
Sorry, what?
I don't know if he's as athletic.
Fair. Yeah, I'm glad that the challenge is coming back. Wish I can see the lives of, because of the time difference, we'll have to watch on catch up. Yes, yeah, we'd be going live basically at like 4 o'clock in the morning where you are. Because we go live after the episode, unfortunately. Well, fortunately, unfortunately. Cinco has only posted once earlier today. So maybe maybe they're doing a lot of press together, or a lot of interviews together, and then people have to choose, like maybe they can only release it on Monday or something.
Yeah.
I can picture Wes. Yeah, I can see Wes on the challenge.
Wes I can see doing.
I want to know what happened to the video that Love Island USA posted on their story, right? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I remember seeing I hadn't clicked on it yet, but I remember seeing like the image of him like looking at his phone. I'm looking at something. Cinco will be good on the challenge, and maybe Corey. I don't know if Corey would be great. I'm voting for Trina. Hi, Natalie. Thanks for joining. I didn't vote, but I think that I've been sold by the daughter and Trina winning over Olivia and Corey. So I'm with you, Tamika and Natalie.
Mm-hmm.
Where have you been, David? You don't watch last night's episode. Okay, Nicole, Cash is gone. No need to keep watching Paramount Plus.
Yeah, I know so many people posted that
unfollowed, and I will do all I can to vote against him.
I know a lot of people who posted that they canceled their Paramount Plus thing immediately. Let me see.
You got Corey. Proud Chantele. I didn't expect you to get Corey. Corey from 12 Dates of Christmas.
Wait, Corey Lay?
Yeah. I
like Corey Lay.
I don't know at all.
Oh, no? Did you not watch the 12 Dates of Christmas?
I think I might have watched the first. Maybe I watched the first episode. Was there like a lesbian couple, and one girl drinks, and that the other girl doesn't really drink? Okay, I started watching it, but I never. And the girl was like dressing up with Corey. Was it her? Like she's wearing like really,
I think so,
kind of crazy outfits.
Yeah.
He had braces.
I don't know about braces, but I think definitely the dressing up part. But yeah, I liked him.
Brandy, Cam is not on the season. Okay, I watched starting with season 11. So yeah, that's all on Paramount Plus. So that's one plus. You can watch all seasons of the challenge. I think it goes back far enough. Chantele, for someone like me that hasn't seen Big Brother, what season should I watch? Okay. I've always suggested season 6 to be the introductory season to Big Brother. I feel that it was a really good season with like gameplay, people that you love, two sides of the house going at it, lots of strategy, lots of like blinds. Like I think it was a very good season, and a lot of characters that were on that season are still talked about today. So I'd say season 6, and then maybe going right into watching season 7 after. And then if you want to be a historian, go to season 2, then maybe back up to season 8. But actually, if you go 2, 3, 4, 5, like all the way up from 2 is like amazing. But I would start at 6. 6 would be my entry point for somebody to be excited about the game if you don't particularly like just social strategy games. So season 6, 7, and 8 are all very good for that. I'm frozen again. Can you hear me still or no?
We can hear you.
Cool. You can hear me. I look like buck teeth. Hilarious. What else do we have going on here? Tasha from Big Brother Nigeria. She was my favorite house. Okay, I can click now. Or maybe I can't.
Oh, are you gonna watch Love Island Nigeria?
I haven't been able to find it.
It's supposed to start in the fall. It's not supposed.
Oh,
It's
wasn't
not
there
out
another
yet.
one already?
It was South Africa, which I
Oh,
haven't seen either.
if I can find it, yeah, I'll watch it. I don't know if I'll cover it, but I will watch it.
Yeah.
She was my favorite housemate. I love her so much. Okay, I might check her out, but she is on my team. Yes. All right, let's wrap this up here. Okay, so I would like to see Cinco and Cash on The Amazing Race. That'd be cool. I would like that.
Amazing Race would be amazing. But I would love to see Justine with somebody on the Amazing Race. I think she would do really well. She said she wanted to do the Amazing Race or Survivor.
I think she
But
never heard of The Amazing Race. Her and someone, she was like, "What's The Amazing Race?" I thought that that's what the thing was, and
I
people were
thought
just
that
like,
was Sally. And then
"Oh,
when they told her what she would have to do, because I think they wanted Sally and Johnny to go on there, and she's like, "So I don't do." She's like, "Not the things I would do."
I think
Because
she would have been good on it."
yeah,
Jeremy's swimming skills would be good on the challenge. I don't really want him to be a staple on any of the other shows that I watch, so I
Jeremy
would
is
say no.
boring. I don't know.
Yes, I would love Cinco and Cash in The Amazing Race. Hi, ladies. Hi, TA. Since Cash is gone, the rest of the season should be voted off the island. Absolutely. Will you ladies continue your daily commentary? If not, I will miss you too. Now more than Love Island season. Well, do you know what? We are actually going to continue with the season because of you guys. Because
Yes.
you guys have been so supportive for these last 5 weeks. You guys have always put your input and, just the support with your comments and being part of this chat every day. We wanted to make sure that we came back for you guys. So we will be continuing to watch the show, not live, but we'll watch the show and we will still come back 3 p.m. daily for this next week just to conclude the season and continue hanging out with you guys. So we're still here for you.
I so I have no problem watching it, just not live. I'm not building time for the show. So that's it.
Did you guys like Are They the One? I did. I definitely enjoyed it. I like the
I've
fact
never
that
seen
they tried to make people very compatible and had like
Mhm.
compatible matches in there. I like that they took that extra effort to get people to maybe find a match or their partners.
So true romance love shows that I like. I like Married at First Sight. Pretty much prior to like the last two seasons, I think they're starting to cast for drama, so it's annoying me. But um, they have some really strong couples that have worked out, so it definitely works. And Love is Blind. Love is Blind was an amazing show, but I'm concerned that they have not put out season 2 of Love is Blind. So I'm wondering if it didn't work out as well as season 1 because they have done 50 billion spin-off shows of season 1 with season 1 cast, but they have not put out like anything for Love is Blind season 2.
I'm wondering if it's a time thing because they had filmed Love is Blind like a year and a half before it actually aired. So I'm wondering if they want to wait to see like how the relationships progress for
Okay.
longer, and that's why they haven't aired it yet. That's my guess.
Well, they did. From what I know, they recorded 2 seasons back to back.
Oh yeah,
So
I did hear that. That's true. I did hear that. You're right.
so I'm hoping that that means that whenever we do get it, it'll be for a long period of time that we get it.
Right.
So
Giovanni, Wes, Amy, Cinco, Josh, Shannon, now Cash, all gone. I know these producers have lost their mind. I know. I'm like, I want to watch a show with those people.
right. Somebody said that Cash should go live every time the show comes on. Listen. I said that last night. I'm like this is boring. I'm like I would rather watch Cash read her book and sleep off her toothache than what we're seeing right now. It was bad.
What channel is Love Island Nigeria on? I'm not sure yet how to get it.
Yeah.
If I find out, I will make a post or something like that on my YouTube or I'll figure it out. But I don't know right now. I have no idea. Ray was one of my favorite Islanders. He was filming X on the Beach. Him and Caro. Oh, right. That's coming out soon.
Yeah. But see, this is my thing. Like with Ray.
Jamar from Big Brother Canada is supposed to be on there with being an ex with Davon. Anyway, sorry, I forgot. Go on.
Yeah, with Ray and Caro actually dated longer than the two couples that one like finished in the end. They dated for a year, and they only broke up because they were long distance. And I think also Kira and Emily are going to be on there from Love Island as well. And I was trying to understand because I'm like, is it just purely based on um Kira and Emily's relationship in the villa? Because I didn't know that they dated outside of that. I thought she dated Cashel. I don't remember her dating Emily.
Um, yeah, they were dating in the show a little bit. I can't remember what happened after. It was too long
Yeah.
ago.
So I'm like, I don't know. I don't know about the Kieran thing, but Ray and Cara makes sense. But I've never seen Are You the One? I've never seen X on the Beach. I've never seen any of these shows.
They're fun. They're messy, but they're fun. So yes, no problem, Allie. We're still here for you. We're just going to leave you guys like that. We're kind individuals. Not as we're more kind than the producers of Love Island USA. I only saw Last Season Married at First Sight because of the Chris drama. I mean, I saw the first like 8 episodes, but like I couldn't actually watch him and Paige. It was really hard to watch.
I have been watching since season one. I was watching when nobody else was watching, and I kind of wish some days that we could go back to it because just like I just saw a spoiler for the season, and it just makes me not want to watch this season. Um, I liked it when it wasn't so much manufactured drama, and they actually and when it was an experiment rather than a reality TV show. Like, and so it's taking. It's the same thing with Love After Lockup. I don't know if you've ever seen that show.
I've seen like maybe an episode or two.
Yeah, so in the beginning it was like nice messy drama, and now it's like just like unreal manufactured BS, and I can't watch the show that way because I'm not entertained by manufactured drama. Like
Absolutely.
those scenarios are real enough that you don't need to manufacture drama.
They get worried that they're not going to get the drama, and it's really annoying.
Yeah.
They ruin all their shows by, ooh, like we got some drama, so let me do this to them so that they'll get some drama, and it just doesn't work. It's Sandhurst, that guy that you said that you were watching a couple of his reviews, and when I was talking to him, he was mentioning about how the table flip on the Real Housewives of New York, that kind of changed the lay of the land for manufactured drama. Like that was a real situation that was like riveting, and like people watching were like, oh my god, like that is real drama. And so now all the housewives are all about like, okay, let's see if we can make them fight. It's like not about the fight, it's about the story that goes along behind it that made people to get to that point. That's real.
Yeah.
And when people react in real ways, like that's the drama. And so that's why I stopped watching the housewives. So I'm like, oh, it's too fake. Like I don't care about these fights. Like
that's literally the same reason I used to watch all the housewives except for OC, and I never watched Potomac, and I watched DC, and I never watched, there was another one and I didn't watch it. But when they started like just like bringing on people and just making up like pure BS, like I couldn't do it anymore. Like I yearned for the days when the drama was real because it was between people who were like really friends and really doing stuff together, and it wasn't just, oh, let's pop this person in there and let them stir up some drama. Like that the season of New York, of Real Housewives of New York, when Kelly Ben Simone was on there, and Scary Island, like that's TV. Like, and I was like, it was hard to watch because I really feel like she had some mental health issues going on, but at least I feel like it was more real than a lot of the stuff that we're seeing right now.
Absolutely. So Netha, I will. I think I have you on IG. I will send you a link. At least you can watch 1 to 21 of the challenge if you'd like. Why was Charlie crying though? Yes, GH. Why was he crying though? He hasn't showed any emotions. We don't know. We don't know why he was crying. We don't know. Sometimes they just bring people on that had flings, and not all of them are actually exes. Absolutely.
Okay, so then that's probably Kira and Emily, because I was like, wait, did they date outside the show? Because I thought Emily and
No,
Wesley had
it's
dated.
just like, did you sleep with a person? Like, but some
Okay.
of them are real relationships for long term, living together and stuff like that. And some people are just like, ooh, like one of my exes is somebody that I had a one night stand with.
Okay.
I feel like they force drama. I feel Love Island UK this season is over the top now.
Mm.
I'm still feel for Faye. Charlie is really a fraud. Yep, he didn't want to be with Cash. Nope, he should have let her come back from from Casa alone. He
Yeah.
wants to be on the show, guys.
Yeah.
Single. Okay, I feel as though social media is destroying all reality shows.
This is true. But mostly because they are casting from social media instead of just casting to cast. And you can cast real people if you make the show real. So if you're really trying to find people who are trying to find love, there are real people out there with enough mental drama that they can bring to the show, that have personalities, that because that's what we used to get, like real world and road rules and all those shows. They used to just cast people that, yes, some of them wanted to be actors, but most of them, that was their real selves on those real shows, and they brought real drama. There's no reason to cast people from social media just because they bring nothing.
Exactly. Hi, Virgo love. You canceled your Paramount Plus and you're done watching. Well, we will still be going live at 3 p.m. Eastern if you just want to come and rant. This will be a support group from this point forward. You're welcome, Netha. I'll send it to you after this live. Hi, Cassandra. Would it be better if Charlie pretended to like Cash like Caleb did to Justine? Well, yeah, because
Yeah.
then she would have won the money. She's going to find out that he was a fraud anyway, so she might as well find out the fraud with 50 grand.
Yes. Yes. Make me believe it. That's the one thing, because you know what? Justine got out of it 50K, went to the finale, came out the show. She has over 400,000 IG viewers or followers. She's been on magazine covers. She has Fenty product promotions, Shoe Dazzle promotion. Girl is getting paid, and she's fine. She just had to cut the man, and she went through a little heartbreak, but she's fine. She will be fine, and Cash would have been fine too with the cash.
I agree with you here, Charlene. I'm also just tired of them having Black women feel undesirable. Plus, they allow people to see the show before. I don't like that. I mean, I don't mind them being able to see the show as long as they can't tell what is happening. They don't have any social media and stuff like that. Because seeing the show, I think, is okay. But Cash was the one all over Charlie, calling him a prince, saying that she manifested him and make it make sense. It's Casa more people's goal to make it into the villa, so I can't blame him. I can blame him. I can blame him for the fact that he wasn't honest with her.
But I was with you up until the point it causes people gold to make it into the villa, so I can't blame him, because the point is, all he had to do was say to her, "I'm just I just want to see how things are going to be with you." Like, not, I'm just here for you. You're the only person that I'm here for. I'm going to be all into you.
Like if he just had to open the door to allow her to go and actually be with Cinco after he got to the villa, I'd have been totally fine with that. But it's the fact that he was like kind of keeping her roped in and being like, oh, I don't really like, no, like we're talking about Cinco all the time, and like just moping around. Like just be like, look, I just like, since we've come back to the villa, I don't think that our relationship is working anymore, so I want to cool it a little bit.
Right.
Say that.
That's all he had to say, and he would have still been in the villa. We already probably would have saved him because people still liked him. He could have gotten with Jenny or somebody else. It would have been fine. I think he still would have been here, and we probably wouldn't have all these new people. But Cinco would have been there for Cash.
Shaz is thanking you here. Yes, exactly. We
Yeah.
want personalities. That's what makes
Yeah.
these shows good. That's what got me started watching these shows. I started watching them before social media was even a thought. At the beginning of like the internet was when I started watching these shows. So I've always been an authentic watcher of human behavior and how real people
Same.
are dealing with extraordinary circumstances or situations. I found it fascinating. And so they're taking out the fascination of like human behavior
Yeah.
and putting in this manufactured drama with people that have different motives for being on the show. And that is what is not enjoyable as much anymore.
And that's what we're seeing right now with the Bachelorette, because they used to just staff for just whoever, but there was no like they used to cast for whoever. They just didn't like have social media back then, so it wasn't a big deal. There's of course those one or two people who are not there for love, but back then people really believed that they were going to come on the show and find the love of their life. Now it's the opposite. People are coming on the show that are there for fame and maybe find the love of their life. Like that's the way it is now, especially with social media. So if you're not casting for a specific person, like what happened with Katie season, they weren't casting for Katie, they were casting for the Bachelorette. You're going to get what happened this season, which is a bunch of people who just came on the show just to be there and maybe become the Bachelor, more fame, what become actors, whatever it is. And we're seeing it with the tail end of it, the season at this point, is that A, it's terrible. B, none of them were really there for Katie. C, Katie's a horrible, horrible Bachelorette. Um, and there's really only one person who probably was there for her the entire time, which in my opinion is Blake, because he literally came on the show because he knew she was the person on the show.
Yeah, for sure. We don't necessarily want to give Charlie 50K, but I also would rather Cash get the money than leave with nothing.
Yeah.
What do we think of Charlie's thought process when picking Alana? And it's a funny thing is that Alana isn't even into Charlie like that.
No.
They both just wanted to stay in the villa, and he finds Alana attractive, and so he wants to get to know her, and so he went with his dick.
Yeah.
The producers should have made Cash single islander. They are so dumb. Well, because they didn't want her on the show.
But that's what we're saying. They could have done it. They've done it. Well, they haven't done it in the U.S. They've done it in the UK, where the person's a single islander, and then two guys come in and take her on a date the next episode, and then that's what they did with Amber. Amber cut off Michael, got dumped by whoever she was with, trying to talk to, and then she came. What's his name? Came in, took her on a date, Greg, and then they won the show. They could have
They
did
didn't
that with
want her to win the show,
they
guys.
did not want her to win the show. That's what we're saying. Because there's a way to do it, which would not have messed up the integrity of the show, still gone along with how the show is supposed to go.
But I bet you any money, if it was Olivia that didn't have a pairing, that they would have done that for her.
Yeah.
So exactly, Virgo Love. The fact that Cash broke down crying and he just walked right past her, and sheds a cup of tear. And yes, exactly. Like he's garbage. He's just like, he's a waste man.
Yeah.
Hi, Crystal. I like Kira. She's so nice. And Genevieve got long, dark hair. I'm like, I mean, Kira, I don't really care for her. She is sweet, but she doesn't really have a personality to me.
Right about now, I like Genevieve better than I like Kira.
I like Genevieve better. I do too. But why did Cash even bring him back if he wanted Cinco the whole time? They're both annoying to me. She brought him back because Cinco hadn't made a decision yet, and so she didn't want to be like pining away over Cinco, who hasn't said that he wanted to be with her.
And he wasn't in a couple with her. Everybody's acting like she was in
Cinco. He would have still gone back to Trina.
Like everybody's acting like there was even a possibility that they could just come back and couple right back up. He was still in a couple with Trina. He had to literally dump Trina.
So with Charlie not picking Cachet, then that means that he was never in it for the money. I'm still confused with him.
Who says he wasn't in it for the money?
I think because he would have stayed with Cash and like take the money to the end.
Yeah, I think he's stupid enough to believe. Again, tears. He's kept changing his story at the end. I think he's stupid enough to believe that he could get through, slide by with this decision and get to the he. Cash told him that the only reason why he got saved was because she was the fan favorite, and he was trying to argue with her. What does that say to you? That says to you that he doesn't think that he thinks that people actually liked him. He's
Yeah.
about to find out that that's not true.
Nope. It's gonna be gone. It's gonna be gone. Charlie's speech sounded like he was gonna
So
pick out.
good.
They did it on purpose.
Yeah, it so sounded like he was about to pick Cash.
The producers don't know how to make good TV. No, they don't. They should showed clips of Casa Moore. Absolutely, Will and Kira so boring. She's so pushover and has no backbone.
They
Yep.
literally were talking yesterday, and they weren't even talking about themselves and what they're gonna do after the show and blah 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 blah. They're talking about other people. Like, I'm like, you guys are not bringing me nothing. Why am I invested in your relationship? You're not giving me nothing.
I'm still more interested in him and Flo. We agree, Charlie. None of these couples are going to
I
be
don't
together,
see
anyways. It's true, and
it.
so frustrating. Hi, Harry. So Maura Higgins was already voted off, but she got to stay with two more dates on the UK version, so they can keep her on our screens. Mm-hmm. They can do it if they wanted to. Hi, Behe. So is it true that Charlie is bisexual? Wouldn't be surprised.
Possible.
Charlie literally looks like a fool. I thought it said food. I was like, what? A fool on national TV and said the most this episode just to be the next episode. Exactly. I'm just done with this. I didn't really talk that much about that episode. This episode, we kind of touched on the points that mattered. But that's all the time that I have for this episode. Just like I'm done here. I'm just so mad.
Let's bring up Dana's thing too, like this last thing.
Why did Alana ask Cash to go see Cinco? About going to see Cinco, it sounded awkward and out of place.
Because she was
She
trying to
wanted
make
to feel
herself
not
look good.
bad about it.
Yeah, because she wanted to try to make herself feel better about it, and she wanted to make herself feel good about what just happened. Because then she could say, "Oh, she was just gonna go and run to Cinco anyway." And Cash is like, "I don't know." I'm like, first of all, how dare you ask that question? Second of all, like, mind your business. But whatever.
Yes, whatever. Well, whatever do you have going on right now, Tamika? Let's hear about Entertainment in Color.
Oh, so Entertainment in Color is promotional IG
That was
social
cute.
media.
It was cute when she took Cinco's brush.
Yeah. I love Cash, no matter what. So it's a promotional social media platform that I started to promote projects of people of color, and what they're doing in entertainment business, and also helps us, like, sometimes there's new things coming out and people don't know, movies, television shows, reality TV shows, and people like 12 Dates of Christmas. I don't know how many people don't know about that show, and I absolutely love that show. And it was very, I will say, encompassing of all forms of life. And I personally really liked it on HBO Max. If you haven't watched it, actually watch it and we could discuss it. But you can find me at Entertainment in Color on all social media platforms.
Sweet. And thanks, everybody. Thank you to CJ. We will, yes, I will muster up the courage to send an email to Miss Cash, Miss
Yes.
CJ. And thank you, Dana, for being here to support. And everybody else in the chat, you know that we love you, but it's always nice to have you guys are kind of like our friends. We enjoy having your voice and hearing what you have to say. Absolutely. Yes, Allie, please have everybody run up the likes. It's also very helpful for the channel just to get more people that are interested in the same things that we are to get their eyes on it and then become part of our little chit chat team here on Reality Realness. So if you haven't done so already, please just do me a little bit of a favor and subscribe, or get your friends to subscribe, or your friends' friends to subscribe, and get them to join us on some of these chats that we have for Love Island UK or something else. You know the drill. But that's all she wrote. We will be back here on Monday, where we'll probably be very annoyed. I'm probably not going to take as good notes anymore. It'll probably just be a little more of like a rant every day. So if you guys don't mind that's probably going to be the new format, because I just can't imagine the episode points to be things that I really care about. And be like, oh, KC and Ellie have a chat.
Don't care.
Who cares?
Don't care.
I might just
but we will probably if Trina chooses violence on Sunday, we will dive very deep into that one.
So this is, we support Trina choosing violence and coming for Charlie.
Yeah.
That would be very, very fun. So we'll be seeing you guys on Monday. Thank you so much for joining us in the chat. You guys are the best. Take care, everybody.